Hello, I'm Jane Lynn and I serve on Piedmont's Housing Advisory Committee. In this video, I'll be providing information on housing element basics. Some community members have told us that they are unfamiliar with what a housing element is and why it is so important. So we thought we'd share with you some housing element basics. The Housing Element Law was enacted in its original form 52 years ago in 1969. This law requires that all local governments in California engage in detailed planning for their residential needs by including housing as an element of their comprehensive plans. For Piedmont, that's the Piedmont General Plan. Since the law was first enacted, housing in California has changed significantly. Currently, the state and the Bay Area are facing a housing shortage, so it's important that local governments work to address this crisis. First, a few notes about California Housing Element Law. Because housing issues evolve, housing elements must be updated in 8-year cycles. The update currently being prepared in Piedmont is the 6th cycle, which will cover housing needs in Piedmont for the years 2023 to 2031. The housing element must comply with detailed requirements, more so than any other component of the general plan. The State Department of Housing and Community Development, known by its acronym HCD, is responsible for reviewing all housing elements in the state, ensuring that all requirements have been met and all state laws have been complied with. Compliance with the law is important because it allows the city to remain in control over land use decisions and gain access to state and federal funding, including access to the state pro-housing program. It is also important because there are penalties for non-compliance, including making the city vulnerable to litigation. In response to housing issues that have developed over the decades, housing element law has evolved so that local governments can better address statewide housing concerns such as housing shortages and affordability, fair housing, housings for persons with disabilities, and shelters for the homeless. Secondly, I'll mention a few things about the ABAG process and timing requirements. Our city is a member of ABAG, which stands for Association of Bay Area Governments. It is the Council of Governments for the 9-county Bay Area region. ABAG is the regional planning agency responsible for assessing and planning for regional needs, such as housing, land use, and environmental resource protection, based on local trends and data. All cities that belong to ABAG, including Piedmont, are required to complete their 6th cycle housing element update by January 31st, 2023. Sustained and continuous community engagement is a key component of this process. We at the City of Piedmont have developed a comprehensive engagement strategy that includes multiple community meetings, a website, videos, and more to ensure all members of the Piedmont community have an opportunity to provide input, ask questions, and stay informed about the housing element each step of the way. This process will culminate in the adoption in January 2023 of a housing element that includes goals, policies, programs, and objectives for housing development, affordability, diversity, and preservation for the next 8 years. That wraps up this video on housing element basics. Thank you for joining me, and to stay up to date on the project, to access more videos, and to learn more about housing, please visit the project website, piedmontishome.org.